Hi Virgo, and welcome to your September 2019 general tarot reading. So we'll do a general, then I'll have a quick look at relationship dynamics for you for the month ahead, but the long reading will be on Vimeo, okay? But hopefully we'll get a vague or as clear as possible idea of the dynamics that's going on for you, okay? So give me a minute till I shuffle the cards, and then I need a minute to concentrate. Okay, sorry, been a little bit that's better, a little bit scatty today. So give me an additional guidance card for Virgo for the month ahead. Oh, happy birthday. Sorry guys, September, my favourite month by the way. So what's going on? Okay, you got between world cards, so a feeling of maybe being in some sort of transition. What's good in the in-between world card is you're going from grey to multicoloured, going to orange, and orange represents creativity, tends to be quite a passionate card. So let's hope if any of you are feeling that you're in this sort of grey zone, that's about to change for you. I'm just making sure you can see the, oh hold on a minute guys, so you can try and see the whole of the cards layout. So please give me straightforward, clear, clarifying messages to guide Virgo through the month. And I haven't got any other decks with me. I like extra decks for clarifying. But let me lay out the cards first and then I'll see what needs to happen. You've got the Devil behind you with the Justice card. Two major arcana. So what you want is the Four of Cups. So obviously you want this cup. Four of Cups is a very strange card. It's a card about reflection. It's about emotional security because all the fours represent security. But I guess you want some sort of movement on this cup issue. Let me carry on. The gift is a Chariot, so there's going to be some sort of movement on the emotional realm. The Chariot rules Cancer, which is represents the moon. It represents our emotions. Can be about a family situation that's moving. The King of Swords is the gift. No, the challenge, sorry. Yeah, and the Eight of Swords is showing up in your relationships, which is the King of Swords. There can be a little bit, there's a lot of mental energy here. And the Eight of Swords is traditionally a card about circumstances making you feel that you can't break free. Don't worry, we'll find out. The Emperor in money and work, so taking control of your work situation. The Knight of Swords at a soul position. And then you get the Knight of Pentacles and the Sun. So they both came out. So what is that Eight of Swords about? Why is the Eight of Swords showing up for Virgo in their relationship energy? It tends to be a card that all the reasons why I cannot. So why is it showing up? Okay. The Knight of Wands. This is a very interesting card to come up with here. I'm going to move so you can see the cards clearer. Because the Knight of Wands is about following your desires, okay? Always will be. All the fire parts of us are in the birth chart. But what happens is all the reasons why we cannot. Obviously, some of them are very, very valid, Virgo, okay? I'm not saying that they're not valid, but there's a sort of tension here between going forward and pulling back. and I'm not sure why. Hopefully I'll find out when I look at the relationship energy. So behind you is the Devil and the Justice card. So this is Capricorn, it's also Libra. So I don't know, there's been some relationship energy. The Devil can represent something feeling blocked. It can also remember, it's the Lover's card, but the Lover's card that's turned itself upside down. And quite often the Lover's card gets turned upside down because sometimes we're both at different stories in our life. Quite often it's basically down to that fundamental reason that no matter what's going on, we're both at different stories. Because Libra does rule relationships, and you got the Justice card, so there might be a feeling of a relationship feeling blocked, or you could be dealing with some legal things with the Justice card and the Devil card, because the Devil represents the powers that be, and obviously the Justice card is about the legal system. So what you want is this Four of Cups. So you want, I think what you really want is for that cup to move out of, the energy of the Four of Cups is the energy of inertia. So this feeling again that something's not moving. Now, it's an interesting card, the Four of Cups, because all the person can do is think about this cup. But there's a little bit of a paradox going on here, because the Chariot is the supportive card. The Chariot's a vehicle, and you've got two knights, which would say to me there's going to be change. But you've still got this dilemma going on in your relationship dynamics between desires and the mind, or desires versus certain circumstances. Sometimes it just shows up that two people's stories are not at the same place. So because of that, there's a feeling that something might be a little bit blocked. You're probably fed up with hearing that story, Virgo, actually. So what's the Chariot? As is weird, because look, the Chariot's with the Lovers as the gift. So this is movement that's helping you get what you want, which is probably for someone to sort this cup out. Might be you, might be another person, but some sort of movement. The challenge is thinking. You're thinking, Virgo, because the King of Swords is a challenge, okay? And the Eight of Swords is the first card. So she's got a blindfold on. Most people class this card as a little bit of an illusion. So you're free to move forward with that Knight of Wands as you so desire. But there might be a part of you that doesn't particularly want to move forward. Give me another clarifying card here. The Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is a card about love. The Knight of Wands is a card about passion. And the Eight of Swords is a card of keeping yourself or feeling, but it's sort of like overthinking things. Because the King of Swords as a challenge would be about communication. Tell me more about the challenge. Ten of Cups for the King of Swords, yeah. So the rainbow, the rainbow after the storm, the completion card, the unity card, the happy family card. This is very interesting because there's obviously, this could be two people, but I think it's about passion, the wand cards, movement, following, being spontaneous, and revealing your cup. With that Eight of Swords, which is a card about feeling quite frustrated. I'll find out more in a little bit of a minute, Virgo. So money and work, you've got the Emperor card. The Emperor is Aries, I am and I will. Very much this male part of us. We're all female and male. that goes out to make their visions happen. So it's very much about taking charge of things. And it's with the Ace of Swords, so beautiful. Clarity coming around your place in this world, potentially. At a soul position, you've got the Knight of Swords, okay? So I've had a little bit of a potential vision here. The Knight of Swords is really rapid movement, but sometimes his communication is not the best. And because of that King of Swords as a challenge with the Ten of Cups, be careful around communication. It might be the other way around, that people are communicating with you in a way that's, wow, you know, that communication that stings a little bit. But listen, I'm going to go straight to the outcome and then I'll go back and clarify. So Knight of Pentacles, another knight, moving forward cautiously and slowly, because look, this guy's covering his heart and his face with shields and protection. So it is an energy of moving forward, but a very, very slow, very cautious state. The good qualities about the earth are about they have the ability to persevere, to move forward. It might be slow, but they have a staying power that the other cards don't have. But then you're going to the beautiful Sun card. Sun's always such an optimistic. Quite a few people, you're obviously in your solar energy. A few people have pulled this month, which makes me feel there's some very beautiful energy around. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. It's an overriding message of success and victory and illumination. I am not at all worried about your job and work. There's a lot of energy about taking control of your destiny here. It's actually your relationship dynamics I'm a little bit intrigued about here. Because the gift with the Chariot and the Lovers would imply two people knowing what they want, because the Chariot is two different forces joining into one and moving forward in a certain direction. And it's obviously in a relationship, but your relationship energy is, it's almost like there's a square going on. A feeling maybe of going round and round in circles. And there's basically this energy of desire and this energy of love, but it looks like it's locked within these 8 swords. So why is it locked within these 8 swords here? One card. It's about communication. 8 of Wands, and then the King of Swords is the challenge, and the Knight of Swords, God, this is a little bit it's not that it's confusing, because this is clearly about relationships, but there feels like for some of you, what is it, that old saying, two steps forward, 1 step back? And there might be that feeling this month that things are moving, but then the mind takes over. The mind is not a place that gives us the answers that we seek, okay? The mind's good for planning, writing letters, paying bills, but really when we're trying to make decisions, it's our heart and our instincts. That's one of the ways the divine communicates to us. So that's how we tend to, you know, what's that old saying? Did you go against your instincts? We always know deep down the nature of something. The mind can play tricks on us. When your heart and this Knight of Wands already has a feeling that you know what you want. So why is it blocked then? What's blocking this relationship? It's very strange. Oh gosh, Virgo, don't be angry with me. One card. Actually, maybe what I should do is look at your relationship dynamics. The wheel, yeah. Timing. So sometimes there's really no issue at all in our relationships, apart from our stories are at different are not at the key in the lock is not ready to fit yet, essentially. So our stories are at different parts. That's what the Eight of Swords can be about, you know. And there might be, well, when's our stories going to fit together? The wheel tends to be when it fits. Why is the King of Swords challenge here? Again, it's the Eight of Wands. It's about communication and forward motion. See, no matter what goes on in a reading for me, I always focus my energy on the gift, which is the Chariot with the Lover's card, which is about moving forward, and the Judgment card, which is about second chances. It's about soul restoration. You know that energy sometimes when you haven't felt, because in the Judgment card there's 3 figures and they're coming back from the dead. So it's about feeling alive and it's about feeling joyful. Do I think this dynamic's going to be sorted out right away? No, because there's one hell of a confusing little pattern going on here, Virgo, which means I'm going to have a bit of a look, okay? So I'm going to put these away. I'm going to choose the same deck because my other deck's not next to me. Sorry, not been very organised today. So what is going, Virgo, honestly, it was like there's this square of energy in your relationships and there's people rattling around in it and no one's quite sure where to go with it. Is that resonance for any of you? And actually I read for quite a lot of Virgos and I can definitely see the resonance in it. So come here card. Sorry, I'm talking to my tarot. Tell me what the connecting card is for Virgo and whoever they're dealing with. The longer reading will be in Vimeo, guys. That's the way that I do it at the moment. The Knight of Cups, another knight. But you're approaching them as a Ten of Wands. They're approaching you as a Page of Wands. Virgo, what's going on? Because it would seem to me with this card that you're the one that's carrying the wands. You obviously are. For some of you, there might be a feeling that the person that you're interested in hasn't completed a cycle of their life yet, because the Ten of Wands can be about that. Someone who's not completed, not got to the World card, not completed a karmic story, okay? Have to say that. Again, I tend to need more information on one-to-one before I can say that. But it looks like you're carrying a little bit of the world on your shoulders, my lovely Virgos. But they are approaching you with this incredibly sweet energy of the Page of Wands. So they seem to be making some sort of choice, because the Page of Wands tends to have more than one choice. But you're the Ten of Wands. Why is Virgo feeling this way? Because the Emperor. Virgo. Okay. There's always a reason why, and look at your body language in both cards, you're turning in the opposite direction. The Page of, they're coming towards you and you're the one who's, I have to use the word blocking energy, because the Emperor you got in your money and work. Yeah, it's about taking charge of your destiny. It's not a card of emotional flow, because isn't it funny? Remember I kept saying it's almost like there's a square dynamic in your relationships. There's nothing, it's a bit chaotic. That's what the Emperor is. And to love, we need our energy to be flowing, yeah? And open. This is how you're feeling. Why are they feeling the Page of Wands then? And then the Knight of Wands. So they're like up for it, enthusiastic, and you're the one who's looks like unsure. What's the Knight of Cups about then? Look, you got 2 pages and 2 knights. The pages are the aces, but they bring them into form and definition, and then the knights take them up even more into action, moving forward. But for some reason, Virgo, you're blocking this. Why? One card to say why you're blocking it. I'm going to have to cut because the rest of the reading will be in Vimeo, but that was such a confusing general reading. Head and heart, different directions. My lovely Virgos, we need to get you to put those 10 wands down. And the 10 of wands, I think as well, because Virgo's so sensitive and such a yin energy, a lot of people can put their wands onto you. And maybe you reached a point where you felt that you needed to back off. And then the irony is, here they come. The connecting energy between you is a very beautiful combination of emotional cards. There'll be a reason why your energy's like this. Because the human psyche is very intelligent. Nothing's ever a mistake. But what beautiful cards here. Full of enthusiasm, passion, and definitely a lot of emotions. I think some Virgos are also very, very, very tired because the 10 of Wands is exhaustion card, and we get to the 10 of Wands. The thing is, Virgo, when we're felt too repressed and having to hold our energy back, is what the 10 of Wands tends to be about. Anyhow, I'm going to complete it in Vimeo. If not, Virgo, don't worry, I do weekly readings. It's really, really funny. It's not funny, but Virgo is definitely the sign I probably read for the most. And I almost feel that there's been too much weight put on you, Virgo. And because of the weight put on you, you've sort of cut yourself off a little bit, which is what we do to self-preserve and self-protect, so it's not a mistake. Anyhow, I really, really love you, Virgo, actually. I have to say it. You support me so much, and I'll do the relationship reading now. Okay, bye.